Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another day in Ferrari land. As you can see, it's pretty cold, but the sun's out, it's dry, it's not raining, so that's a thumbs up from me. Yesterday I got soaked doing this car, but I persevered. We did get a step forward. So today I don't have another compression tester just yet. I did order one yesterday, it hasn't arrived. I'm going to try again with the old one. I'm going to check a few other things with the car. I'm going to look at that air screw, just see if the mixture's right there. We're going to continue really where we left off yesterday. I've taken the air breather pipe off the throttle body at the top. I watched one of my old videos on the Mondial and I figured out that when we took that off, we were able to start that Mondial in a similar state. Unfortunately, the Mondial had bent valves, so it had to have an engine rebuild. Let's hope it's not the case, but let's try it. So this is the pipe I'm talking about. On the 3.2 Mondial, like I say, very similar setup on the engine. That's what we removed and the engine started. It sounded rough as hell, but it managed to start the engine. I'll put a link to the video. I think it was day 6 on the Mondial rebuild that we figured that one out. But let's take this off. I'm just going to remove it from here. That's all I need to do. And that gives us enough air. Just remove it. Let's remove the whole thing. There we go. And let's try and start it again. Okay, as you can hear, that didn't work. I'm kind of happy about that actually, because it's not progressing with me then to the same as the Mondial. Chances are it still could be the same thing, but you know, like I say, when I took that off on the Mondial, the car fired up, with bent valves. So let's go on to the next one. It sounded definitely better then when we had the pipe on. So for me, that's positive. I'm just going to see what happens when I try and start the car. You can see the metering unit plate is down at the moment, it's stuck. Let's see what happens when I turn the car over. The next thing I want to test is a quick test on this metering unit to make sure it's functioning correctly. It might be sticking, but let's just check that it's working the way it should do. So I have the ignition on in the car. What should happen is if I push the plate down slightly, we should hear the fuel pump kick in. That's good. The other nice thing is I have pressure on that plate, look. It's coming back up. That's good, I like that. Good. So I ran another compression test just to see if this was going to work, but as you can see, 0 reading. So I think this is kaput, or I've killed the engine further. So let's hope it's just this. We'll wait for another new compression tester and keep our fingers crossed in the meantime that this is all okay and doesn't need to be pulled. And yeah, a little bit annoying because I really want to test the back banks. Again, I looked at the old 308 Mondial rebuild, very similar, which is a little bit worrying in that I had 3 of the cylinders with a reading, 1 at 0 and nothing on the back bank. Now, yesterday I had 3 here at 150 each. On the Mondial, they were only 100, so 150 is acceptable probably on this quattro valve engine. That, on my first attempt, did have about 60, and then I tried it again, and after that it was dead, nothing at all. And I've yet to be able to test anything on the back bank, so I really want to try that. Could be that cam belt snapped on this, or jumped a tooth or something like that. We've bent some valves, who knows. Without being able to do a proper compression test, it's a little bit of an unknown. So we'll wait for that and run that again. In the meantime, let's check what we can do. So next I'm actually going to check the plugs from the car. Remember yesterday I was just using my spare plug and just using the leads, plug it into just the leads. So let's actually check the plugs on the car. We did we just cleaned them all up yesterday and checked the gaps, but I didn't check them firing. So let's just do that. My plugs are auto light. Not heard of them. The car came from the States, so I'll do a bit of research on those. But we'll check them anyway to see how this one sparks. I've just checked this one. Gives a decent spark, so we'll check it. Check the other ones. Little update. I'm testing the plugs as mentioned. So 3, 4, getting good spark. 2, okay. 1, nothing at all. I cleaned up the cap contacts yesterday, so I'm gonna have a look at that again. I'm also going to take the wheel off and just have a look at all the contacts. That wiring was so bad yesterday. I'm going to just go through that again, but not getting a spark here. I've yet to test the back bank at the moment, but yeah, that's where I'm at. Just put a bit of contact cleaner on all the ECU contacts and the cables, connectors. Bought some bolts. These aren't bolted down, so I'm going to bolt these in place properly. Let that dry for a second. Let's do that in the meantime. So I'm going to redeal with this cabling. Remember yesterday I did a bit of a bypass and a bodge on it just to get it working. I'm going to recable some of those connectors, strip this back so I've got some good cable. I've got all my connectors there, so I'm just going to do that quickly. Hopefully that will give us a bit more of a fighting chance with this car. Get those coils working properly. I need to check the cabling to the coils up there as well. Remember, that's all been messed around with, so I just want to make sure it's going and being routed correctly. So I will use that 81 diagram, wiring diagram, and just see if that's the same. So I've just taken off the cap and the leads. I'm going to give these a clean up. Still can't get plug firing on that number 1 cylinder there. I've done the wiring down here, checked it again, still nothing, so I'm going to clean these up. I've got fire to 4.3, so in theory it should be coming clean through, so it's going to be a contact or a cable. Other possibility is switch to 2. I'm going to just check the plugs on the back there anyway, and just wait. If all of those 4 are firing nicely over there, maybe I could just switch the 2 sets of leads over. Alright, spark plug update. Definitely getting no spark to number 1. Cleaned up all the contacts, reseated the cable in the junction on the cap. Yeah, so cut back some of the cable and redid that. Made no difference, still no spark. Check the spark plug. I've even checked the extender, switched that over. Again, if I tried it on 4, that will work fine. So plug extender in 4 works fine. 1, still nothing. So it's either my lead or my cap. So we will switch that over. Either with this car front to back, or that car if they're the same. I need to just double check if they're compatible. I'm running out of daylight at the moment, so I've only got a limited amount of time, so I'm going to test the vitals that I can today while I need to in the car, research it tonight, see if I can interchange the 2. Can you hear that? All right, so basically I am checking that back bank from me, the spark, all 4 are sparking. What I'm doing though, obviously not to flood the system, is I'm taking out the fuel pump relay, and then in between doing the next one, I'm plugging it back in. Okay, so what's happening is once I'm pulling that out, the car is starting up, as you heard, yeah, and then obviously it's not getting any fuel, so it's not going any further. So another step forward. I've actually got 7 spark plugs working. Just that number 1 on this side is not working, but the car in between is firing up. One other thing to notice though. So the other thing to notice is that is off, but the car doesn't sound too rough when it is firing up. Bearing in mind it's probably not getting any spark from number 1 here. Actually, it's running on 6 because I've got one of the plugs off over there as well. So anyway, let's test a little bit more. Next thing I want to test, ignition is on. Remember, if I press this plate down, the fuel pump will kick in. So I've taken one of these off. I just want to see if we get fuel pumping through. Let's have a look if I press this down. Yeah, you can see that coming out. You can see it flooding around here in the video. Cool. Maybe I need to do a check on these relays as well, just to see, because maybe someone's changed those around as well. Now, Josh. Cool. So another update before I lose all the light. It's getting dark here. I have now just verified spark, so I've got decent spark all on that back bank. All 4 of those are great. Cleaned up the plugs. Some of them were a little bit damp. Then 3 here, all good. Can't get anything to number 1 there. So that's the next job. But the car is gradually wanting to fire up. It's running a little bit. What happens is when I take the fuel relay out, it seems to fire up, and then obviously it will cut out because it has no fuel. When I plug the fuel relay in, it doesn't seem to do it. So maybe the car's flooded, I don't know. We'll test it. There's something not right there for sure at the moment. Can't see much here, but another test. Got the ignition on, so the fuel pump will go when I push the plate down. I've got one of the injector connectors off, so we'll see fuel coming through there. Cool, so we know we've got fuel to this point on that connector. Good. Okay, we're gonna wrap that for today. She's almost starting. Remember, I've only got spark to 7 plugs now, but it's definitely improving gradually. Also, let's have a look at one other thing. This metering unit is definitely improving. It seems to be kind of, I've put some fuel cleaner in it, and it seems to be cleaning itself gradually as well. That happened on my old Ratarossa, so we'll just continue testing, and hopefully gradually that will clean itself out as well, and that's all going to help with firing this up. Okay.